Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Fashion Wednesday with me, your fashionable host, Dana Edinam Kumbey. So today we'll be talking to a representative from a very unique boutique. It's called Afro Quality, and she has a very interesting name. I want her to introduce herself. So yeah, tell us who you are and what you do here at Afro Quality.
Hello guys, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Jesusla Nyarko Boateng and I'm a store coordinator for Afro Quality.
The way you rushed through the name, the people did not hear your name. What is your name again?
It's Jesusla. Jesusla Nyarko Boateng. Yes,
hey! How does it feel to be Jesus' sister?
It feels good, Expectations are high, but it gets good,
So what if you decide that you don't want to be a Christian anymore?
I cannot decide not to be a Christian anymore.
Yeah, Jesusla, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let's talk about Afro Quality. We were having a conversation. You were saying something along the lines of Ghanaians find it very interesting to know that such a shop exists. So tell us about what Afro Quality is and how important it is to the fashion industry.
Okay, so thank you once again for the opportunity. My name is Jesusla, just to establish that. Okay, so Afro Quality is a global retailer of premium made in African products. So we do not import things from the US, UK, and all of that. All the things that we have in our store are made in Africa, and we are all about promoting African made goods. We are just speaking the good news of how quality things can be made in Africa.
Yes. And this is sort of in line with what the African Union does. The African Union is all about promoting unity through unity and cultural pride. So, Africa Union, unity, you understand? And Afro Quality is doing just that because how many countries... If in this shop right now, if we decide we are going store by store or, to count the number of countries that we have represented in the shop, how many would we say we have?
So currently, I would say brands.
Okay.
We have over 15 brands in counting. We have from South Africa, we have from our very own Ghana, we have from Kenya, we have from Rwanda, we have from South Sudan, we have from...
Wow.
Yeah. So yes, we have quite a number of them, from all over Africa.
That's very interesting. So how do you think fashion can help bring Africans from all over these countries closer together? Because I feel like it's part of the reasons why a boutique like this exists. Okay,
so when it comes to unity through fashion, most people, I don't know if you have noticed this, but then when the diaspora come in, they want to have something made in Ghana.
Yes.
And so when they go out there, they can show it to their people and say that, oh, I got this made in Ghana. So what we do here at Afro Quality is bring pieces from different parts of Africa. That is explaining the different identities, the different cultural heritages, and all of that. So yes, when the people come, they are intrigued that they can find something from South Africa, and so they just want to be part of South Africa. Somebody wants to represent South Africa in a way, so they just come in and then they say, oh, I like this beautiful watch from South Africa. I like this. So we have something we call Aram Share, right? It's a shea butter from South Sudan.
Okay.
Ghanaians, we are known to be very popular when it comes to shea butter production. Yes, but then people, when they come in and then they see the shea butter from South Sudan, they're like, wow, okay, I need to get one of these. So through people using the products that are made in Africa, it sort of bring them a sense of belonging, to the things that we do here.
That's very interesting, because truly, if I have something from South Sudan, because I might never go there, but the fact that I have something from there, it helps me feel a bit connected to them.
Exactly.
And it will actually make me want to even search more about what they do and how they even produce what they produce, compare it to what we do, all of those things. You've seen the lights. You've seen the lights.
Thank you.
But as you rightly pointed out, you have a number of brands from different countries. How do you select the particular brands or designers or whoever to bring into your shop?
Okay, so with a selection of brands, right, Afro quality is all about excellence, okay?
Eesh.
So trust me when I say that every brand that we represent is all about excellence.
Right.
Now, one of the brands that we have is Wear Ghana. Wear Ghana has been in existence for over a decade, right? And he happens to be a very good friend of my boss, the owner of the store. So some are through, how do I put this? Just knowing the people.
Right.
Others reach out on social media. Others see the noise we are making, the awareness that we are creating about Made in Africa goods, and they reach out to us via mail or even on our social media handles. So yes, we don't have a tight way of sourcing for our brands, but then we make sure that whatever you are bringing to the store is of great quality.
Okay, so with regard to selection of the designers and the brands and all of that, how do you think that Afro Quality is helping these designers or these local, makers earn a living?
So Afro Quality, I see Afro Quality personally as a tool, as a voice for these brands. Now, imagine somebody like Wear Ghana in Ghana. Wear Ghana is based in Ghana. How do you think this person would be able to take up all the responsibilities of logistics and, what's it called? Advertising, and all of that, to carry all of their brands or all of their works to, say, a country like South Sudan, right? So what we do is that we are a voice for all of these.
For the
brands.
voiceless, yes.
We are the voice for the voiceless, basically. So we speak good news about these brands. We promote their work. Trust me, we put a lot of effort in promoting these brands. We promote them on social media. We promote them in person. And mind you, we don't have just Accra store. We have in South Sudan. We have coming up in Kigali. We have coming up in Zambia and other African countries. So
I was going to ask about that.
Yes. So we have them in other African countries as well. So when we say that we are promoting Made in Africa, that's
what you're doing. Yeah. But per your experience, I mean, I know you're not the founder or anything, but per your experience, the little interactions that you've had with some of these designers, what would you say is one of the things that they really need to put themselves out there?
So one of the things that they really need, I would say, is the opportunity to sell themselves.
Yeah.
Because, it's just one person. What can they do? That is why Afro Quality, we are here.
Yeah.
We are here to put them out there. They do not have the means to put themselves out there as much as we are doing. So I think that is one of the concerns that most of them have raised. If you are based in Ghana, how would you take yourself to Kenya? How would you take yourself to South Africa? It comes with a lot of cost. And so, yes, that has been one of the major challenges that they've raised.
Okay. And what are some of the challenges that come with regard to selling African clothes to, more people here in other African countries, abroad, all of that?
So the notion of African is to see Ankara or Kente.
Actually, true.
Yes, or Kente. So once we say that we are promoting Made in Africa, the expectation of people has always been to see something with Kente, something in Ankara and all of that. But then that is not just, we do that a lot and we are very good at that, but then we do a lot more. That is what people do not understand, you see. So we have other beautiful outfits that are not Kente, that are not necessarily Ankara, but then they are very, very good outfits that are made in Africa. Yeah. Exactly. So that has been one of the challenges that we've had. People come into the store and they are like, "Are you sure this is made in Africa?"
Yeah.
Because they are usually expecting to see some Kente or
certain kinds of prints, certain kinds of I see what you mean, because I've seen a number of clothes in the shop right now, and from what you're saying, it's now coming to mind that okay, but this one that I'm seeing, are you sure it's from Africa?
Everything you see in the store is made in Africa.
So when we say made in Africa, are we talking the designer? That's the reason why it's made in Africa, or are we talking the fabric?
So we are talking both the designer and then the fabric.
Nice. Okay. But So from what you've seen so far, as we are talking about fabric and stuff, I know we've seen a number of imitation inside the market. So what do you think about that? How do you think we can deal with the copying of African fashion in the wrong way?
So you see, African fashion is unique in its own way. Regardless of how you try to copy it, there'll definitely be something that will sell you out that this is not African fashion. I think what we need to do is to accept who we are and just do what we know best to do. I mean, there's nothing wrong in wanting to learn more and upgrade what we do. But what we should not be doing is I would say overdoing in the sense that you know this is not African. But you want to.
What is African though? But what is African? So because I feel like the fact that I can create anything out of what I have here, it shouldn't even have to be African tagged African. The fact that I am African, maybe the fabric I got from here, perfect. But then the idea behind the style or even the way I want to create, I've spoken to some designers where they are creating their own sort of fabric. They're using certain types of, so maybe a smock, and then they are restructuring the whole thing to make the fabric easier to wear, softer, things like that. So people are creating their own things, and then they're making simple, straight to the point clothes out of it. So I just find it a bit some way where we say if something is African, because what really is African?
So I would say what really is African is what represents our identity.
Okay.
So everything that we do, you see, there's a story to everything that we do. I'm sure there's a story to what you're wearing.
I'm sure there is. Nana Afoba, you come and tell us the story, but yeah.
So yes, there's a story to everything that is created in Africa. That is what sets us apart, as Africans. And so, I mean, let's just be authentic in doing the things that we do, and we should be fine.
But what should we do to the people that are doing the copying?
Let's just we are telling them, okay, so I'm one of the people. We are telling you people that we beg you, please, let's accept who we are, and then embrace our identity, and then sell it to the people out there, because they actually want to know more about Africa. We are just not giving them the opportunity to, we are copying too much. Let's be authentic in our little ways.
So what of the people that you see you are selling to other people, right? They see it and then they are copying you. You've created your designs, or you have your fabric, you have whatever it is that is screaming African. There are now fabrics that are not made in Africa, but then it's imitation, it's Chinese. I don't want to make, I was coming to I don't want to mention, but you get what I mean.
Yes, I get what you mean.
There are people who are using, and with that, those fabrics or whatever, they come and they're cheaper. They're cheaper alternatives. So it's easier for people to, want to get those ones instead of maybe patronizing you as a designer you've gone through so much to come up with different ideas, and then you've created something that stands out, that speaks Africa, and then somebody sitting somewhere has gone to do.
This is a very big concern for the fashion industry, because I get you. I understand exactly what you say. You would spend so much time and effort in putting something beautiful together, and then because somebody has the resources in abundance, they copy what you do and then make it extremely cheaper than. But if you're somebody who roots for something that is of great quality, you understand that what they are giving you is not quality.
Right.
Exactly. So what we can do as the people of Africa, is to patronize what is truly made in Africa. Because all of these things that they are doing at a relatively cheaper price, you buy it, and at the end of the day, it doesn't last long.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't last long. So we should, prioritize what we really are interested in, that is made in African products.
I love that response. Where do you see African fashion going in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think African fashion has so much potential. Trust me, when I first walked into the store, I was amazed. I was amazed at the things that people are doing in Africa. Because tell me why I can get a beautiful jumpsuit, pretty stylish in Africa. Growing up, all we've been taught, or all we've learned, is that you can't get certain things in Africa, So I think African fashion has so much potential. We just have to invest more of our resources, more of our time. The right people who have the connections should step in and assist, because if you do not have the resources to push your brand, to push what you're doing, the probability that it would get far is very low. And so we will entreat all people in higher authorities to help the brands, as much as they can, so that we can promote our very own.
Yeah. So I've seen a number of young people who are entering into fashion. They're so excited about it in different capacities, whether they want to be designers or they are part of the fabric makers or whatever it is. People are entering the fashion industry day in, day out. How do you think that they can help grow the industry? These young people plus technology, because technology has come to stay and all of that. How do you think that these two can help grow the industry?
I know, there's a saying that the youth is the heart of the country. So when you are young, you have so much energy, you want to just get up and do something. So this is where our strength comes to play. Not just our strength, our intelligence, our knowledge and everything. You can be so much more. When you're growing up, people assume that the only thing that you can do that comes with meaning is being a doctor or being a lawyer and all of that. But you can be a very great designer in Africa and you will make it. And so yes, we entreat all young people to want to venture into the fashion industry. The industry is doing so well, and it's one that if you put yourself in, I bet you're not going to regret. So yes, people can put in their knowledge, their resources, their energy, their time, their dedication and commitment.
Hey, I love the passion with which you're speaking. Tell the people.
Their dedication and commitment. And then social media is blessing us now. So let's use that wisely to our advantage.
Okay, so if you could say one thing to all Africans this African Union Day, what would that be?
I think this is something that we have all been saying, but we cannot emphasize it enough. It's so much important that we have to say it until it sinks into the people's ears.
Tell them.
Let's promote our own. Let's patronize our own. There's nothing like home. There's this kind of homey feeling when you wear something that is made in Africa, that is made in Ghana. So let's patronize what is made in Africa. Let's patronize what is made in Ghana. That is who we are and that is our identity.
Right. What's the best way for people to support African? Because as we are saying, wear your own, and talking about Africa, African fashion, things like that, it's important for people to support African fashion, African designers. So what, in your opinion, from what you've seen so far, what would you say is the best way for us to do that?
To promote.
To support.
African
fashion, African designers.
Okay. So I'll say that to support Made in African or support African designers, we have to learn to put them out there.
Right.
Because I feel like we are not doing that enough. When somebody wants a brand, the first thing that comes into people's mind is Gucci, Prada, and all of that. What happened to our own, So let's learn to put our very own out there. Nobody will do it for you if you don't do it yourself. If you are not proud of what you are or who you are, how then do you expect people to be proud of that, So I would say that let's put the brands out there. These brands need help. They need so much help. So let's put them out there, and then we entreat all people in higher authority to give us the funds, because all of these things that we are talking about, it is money. We need money to support these brands so that they can produce on a larger scale, and cut down cost, so that the products can be affordable for the average.
I'm glad you just said affordable, because my next question was, Auntie, the way you are saying we should support and promote, but some people too, it's a conversation that has been had a number of times on social media, especially, that these brands are not affordable.
So it depends on your understanding of affordability.
My dear, My dear, let's not do the politics.
Oh, we are not doing the politics.
Because honestly, you can go to some people's websites and just the bottom part, whether it's a skirt or it's a pants, it's 2,000 cedis, just the bottom. On a regular, how much is someone's salary a month? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I understand the dynamics
Yeah.
you are bringing to the table. If you walk to any of these shops, boutiques in East Legon, right, and you want to patronize or buy a bag, a Gucci bag, how much do you think it would be?
But who said that the people that we are buying, we are buying Gucci?
You answer the question.
Who said that we are buying? We buy things at La Paz.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've changed. Yeah, we buy. I buy at La Paz because I know my pockets. But I too would like to support made in Ghana, made in Africa. You see where I'm going with this?
Yes, I see where you're going
so
with
right
it.
now, it's not Gucci. I cannot afford Gucci.
Okay, so we are not even talking about the expensive brands.
No.
Okay.
It's like, what you see, you have used expensive brands.
Because that is what people call it.
So it's not expensive to you. Hey, sister, be truthful to yourself.
Oh, that's what it is called, expensive brands, right? Luxurious brands.
Luxurious brands, right. I'm just saying that most of the time, when we look at the regular people, when we want to try and patronize our own, sometimes it feels like our own was not made for us.
Okay, so I think that is mostly because of the cost involved in producing these things. Trust me, it comes with a lot of money, lots of resources, coming from the raw materials, human resources, and all of that. Even advertising the product, it comes with plenty of resources. And so it's not like some designers have chosen to make their products extremely expensive so that the people cannot afford. Trust me, if they could make it 10 cedis, if they could sell it for 20 cedis, they would. Not because like they are trying to make it extremely expensive, but because the resources that they put in cost a lot.
Right.
I mean, I'm sitting here from a place of understanding. So when I'm saying that it costs a lot, I mean, it costs a lot. So yes, it's not like it's a deliberate thing. But then what we are doing is that we are giving you affordable, we are making them affordable as much as we can. Okay. So if you walk into the store right now, if you have 160 cedis, you can buy something from the store.
Ooh.
Yes. So it all depends on choices, what you want to buy. People, your pockets.
But I like that one. You cannot tell me what to buy.
We will not tell you what to buy.
Yeah,
you will not
tell me.
Actually, we actually want you to buy what you are trying to tell us not to tell you to buy. So yes, But all that we can say is that it's not intentional, okay?
But that's where the investments from, governments and government policies being put together for the fashion industry. Thank you so much. But before I let you go, I was supposed to ask you this question a while back. Can you tell me about one designer or one outfit that really, to you, shows the identity of Africa? It's giving African unity. It's giving African.
Okay, so I would. This particular dress is one of my personal favorites, by the way. So I like the idea of how it's been put together, the dynamics and the diversity. It's somewhere behind us.
Okay, please, let's talk about it. But yeah, take me through the outfits as you go and pick it up. Okay,
so we have this particular one from a brand called Wear Ghana.
Oh, okay, so this is Wear Ghana, the one you've been talking,
I've been making so much.
Gushing. Ooh,
isn't this pretty?
Yeah. Oh, you can sit. But this is very nice. This is beautiful. Yes. Okay. So take me through. Why do you think this is perfect? Why do you love it so much?
So I love it because of how it's stylish.
Right.
It's very stylish, and then it's dynamic. It's comfortable. It's given African, but then African with class.
Yeah, it's giving royalty.
Exactly. So this particular one is my favorite because of how stylish and pretty this particular piece is. And then I believe that it's represents the African brand pretty well, not because it's made with kente and something else to complement it, but I think the entire style represents royalty. The idea of Africanicity is royalty. Exactly. Yeah. So I think this one best represents.
I love the fact that it's a lot of different It's different fabrics that have come together. I mean, we are talking African unity, we are talking unity. I like that we were able to bring different types of fabric together to make it cohesive. It makes a cohesive unit.
You know,
and
it's actually saying that even though we are different people, when you put us together,
we're Ghana.
when you put us together, we are a force. You know? So that is why I like this piece.
I love this. I really
You should buy one before you go.
You to say, oh, I will give you one before you leave. Like, here you're telling me I should buy. Wow!
You should buy one.
Support me, support African fashion people. Am I not a fashion person?
Yeah,
fashion host, fashion enthusiast.
We will talk about fashion behind us.
I'll give you updates. Don't worry. But before I let you go, can you let us know where we can find you, whether it's on social media or even physically, where the shop is?
Okay, so Afro Quality is located on the La Baulesha American House Road, right on top of Seychelles. The building is called the Elizabeth. So it's a few walking distance from the MTN office on the Baulesha Road. Now you can find us on all social media platforms at Afro Quality. You can reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok on Afro Quality. You can call us, and then you can visit our website www.afroquality.com.
www.afroquality.com. Thank you so much, Jesusla.
Thank you so much for having me.
for having this conversation with us. And that's about it for Fashion Wednesday with me, your fashionable host, Edinam Kumbey. You know what to do. Keep it locked right here on MX24. I'll see you same time next week.